would like to know your thoughts on this Japanese workshop called Ruikatsu, meaning tear seeking, refers to workshops designed to help people release emotions through crying while watching sad films as a form of stress relief. What are your thoughts on it? What's your take?
Crying releases a lot of emotions from the system. It also opens up your entire system from inside. Your nerves get more relaxed. So crying helps in that way. But the more you cry, and it makes a lot of sense that these kinds of workshops are happening, because a lot of crying releases a lot of your mental state at that point of time, emotional state at that point of time, and thirdly, your nervous system begins
Nervous
to
system
relax
starts to
more.
regulate.
When you do that, your breath becomes even more quieter. And when you are more quieter with your breath, you know now how to channelize it and where to take it from there.
Need you love the lingo, love the lingo, love lingo. Suddenly made it to love lingo.
It's 1991. A young boy steps off a train into the heartbeat of Bombay. It's his first time in the city, Matunga Station. He's here for an audition, and not just any audition, a role apparently backed by the great Shyam Benegal. Standing outside Matunga Station, 1 hour led to 2, and 2 became 5 hours, and nobody came. Most people would leave bitter. But you know what? He calls it madness. The kind of madness that makes you say yes to everything, even if it ends in a heartbreak. The kind of madness where you put yourself in the most uncomfortable situations just to see how you emerge on the other side.
Madness, the human price of living. The kind of madness that alchemizes your madness and turns it into art. Take your broken heart and turn it into art. I heard these words recited by Meryl Streep, but I think the origins belong to Carrie Fisher. Such a powerful statement. Take your broken heart and make it into art. And I think that's what our guest today has done. But I don't know if he'll accept that his heart was ever broken because, whoa, that man has really shown us how it's done.
Hi, this is the Love Lingo podcast with Just Sagu.
And this is Ursula Horeshi.
And today we have a phenomenal actor, a theater director, and also an acting coach whose story is as compelling as the roles he played. Today's episode is called The Role That Played Him, because sometimes life is your best and the greatest director. Neeraj Kabi, thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ursula and Jess.
When I say invisible years, I mean those long stretches of time when you were still living, when you were still working on yourself, and you were still carrying your dream. But the world doesn't see that or see you. It lasted 15 years, from Sesajusti to your second ship of Theseus. Neeraj, what were those years like? And how did you keep that fire alive?
Yeah. So those years were my formative years. Those years were years where I was in my dojo training, and I felt that there's only one path I have. There's no turning back. There's no going back. There's no left. There's no right. It was just moving straight. So I had no choice. I literally did a lot of things that I didn't want to make a living. But I knew in my heart and in my soul, in my mind, that I just wanted to be an actor. That's the only word that could hit me and would wake me up in the middle of the night, just this word called actor. It had nothing attached to it. It didn't have fame attached to it. It didn't have money attached to it. It didn't have anything attached to it. It just was one word called actor. And that would inspire me every single day. And every day I woke up, to make a living was just a small part of my life. And what drove me every day was that I need to become this human that is called an actor to the highest possible level that I can in my own capacity. And I knew I had no teachers, I had nobody to guide me, nothing at all. I'd actually applied for the FTII, into the acting course.
Okay.
And I remember I gave the examination. There was somebody sitting behind me. There was a girl sitting behind me. And she kept, pushing and nudging me, trying to ask me that what are these answers? And I refused to do that to her because she would want to, pick my arm up like this and keep looking at my answers and copy them down, which she did. And a week later or something like that, whenever the results came out, I went over there. I was searching for my name over there. I couldn't find my name. I turned back and I saw her jumping and dancing. And I said, what happened? She said, I got it. I said, what the hell? You saw everything through my... And she said, well, I got it. And she asked me, did you? I said, no. She said, oh, she did that and she went away. And then the next year, the year after that, I think I applied at the NSD, National Drama. And there again, it was a 0 year. And the next year again, I applied. And then there was a card. You've got to fill up a form and you've got to give a little money over there. It was 15 rupees. And I sent that money. It came back. The letter came back saying it's no more 15 rupees from this year. It goes up to 20. And I lost my admission over there. I think these 2 points were the beginning of the journey. When I told myself that, okay, this is it. I don't want to be humiliating myself anymore. I took that as a humiliation. I just felt that this is it. I don't want to go to anybody to learn. I'll create my own craft. But when I went to find my own teachers, I couldn't pay them whatever they were asking for. So I felt, okay, let it be now. I try learning everything on my own. And that's where the journey began. So those 15 years that I spent, even before that, much before that, before Sesodrusti happened, those were again very powerful years for me, extremely powerful years. Starting from 1991, exactly where you mentioned.
Right.
So all those years, right up to Ship of Theseus, if you say, I think it's a total of about 22 years, literally.
Wow.
Those years I was training myself and I told myself that this is it for me. It's me who trains myself. And everything became alive for me. Whatever I saw, whatever I felt was part of my training. I didn't let a single moment go away as just a moment of my life. Every moment became my teacher. Every little leaf fallen down on the ground became my teacher. And that drove me into this madness.
So you put a method to your madness, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 words that, I've been listening, and 2 words kind of stuck out for me when you were talking. One was, I think, humiliation. You said humiliation. And of course, you're an autodidact. You did teach yourself. You didn't have a veritable teacher teaching you. The power of self-learning. There's a lot to say about that. Humiliation. That's one thing that can either deter you from going ahead, or it can be the catalyst and say, listen, I'm going anyway.
I used it as a very powerful tool. I felt that I should not let humiliation and anger just pass away like that. I just felt if I'm getting it in this, I used to get it in kilos inside my body. Anger and humiliation. And I felt, no, I don't want to throw this away. So I kept it in my belly for many years because that's where I felt all the power laid there. If I knew how to channelize this, then I could do anything.
Right.
And I began channelizing anger and humiliation. And so because when I wanted to be an actor and I was self-teaching myself, in the sense I was teaching myself, I did a lot of odd jobs to make a living. And while I was doing those odd jobs, my ego had to go away. That's the first thing I had to just drop down immediately. I came from a good college and I was a student of the year of my college. I picked up a huge trophy at the end. And the principal there and my teachers expected the world out of me because they felt now this guy is going to go out. He's going to become this big, huge corporate head honcho. He's going to lead companies. He's going to make millions, etc. And there I was, on the roads, literally with empty pockets, empty stomach, not knowing what I'm doing, I knew what I was doing. I was very sure I wanted to be an actor, I wanted to train. But I didn't know where the hell was I going because nothing was making sense to me. I was going everywhere, but nothing was making sense. I was searching for everything. I was not finding it, I was searching. So when you do that, this becomes a tool. You start going back home and you're reminded of the humiliation, you're reminded of the anger. And before you go to sleep, you just pack them into your pockets and say, stay there, don't leave me. Because if you leave me, I'll lose it all. And that's what made me wake up at 4 in the morning every single day of my life, telling myself, come on, Neeraj, you got to get up. You got to go there. Remember the humiliation that happened yesterday, the anger that you felt. And I did a lot of odd jobs that educated people don't do. I went ahead and did that because I simply wanted to. It was a love affair, you know. It's like you willing to do anything for your love, anything, literally anything. So that was what was happening to me. I was in love with this craft that I wanted to train in. And I felt that I'm willing to go through anything now. It was a shame for me to call up home and tell my parents or my family what I was doing. And I remember not calling up for days and weeks together because I didn't know what to tell them. When I would see my friends going away from me, when I would see people who I knew in my college and they would cross paths, I remember hiding away, hiding behind a tree, going away somewhere, ashamed of what I was doing. Not ashamed in that sense. Ashamed in the sense that I didn't know what to tell them because obviously they'll come and ask me, now, what are you living, man?
And
Which
also
bungalow have
somewhere
you bought?
you thought that they wouldn't get it.
Yes, they won't get it.
So what's
That
the
was
point
main-
of even,
Yes.
So I might as well not even have that
Yes.
interaction.
And a lot of people, unless they don't see your name on the marquee, they think you're really not doing
Exactly.
anything. And I think that's a question that people ask a lot of outsiders who come into Mumbai, and they think Mumbai is an industry waiting for people to come and absorb them and immediately spurt them out like stars. But that doesn't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen.
No.
And I'm obsessed, of course, by the person you are because I mean, I can see the nuances of your personality and how much work you've done apart from whatever your craft of in your acting requires to become who you are in those 15 years when you did your first film and then Ship of Theseus comes after 15 years. Do you think the work that you did on yourself as a human being, does that reflect in your art?
It does.
And can you kind of discern between where it's coming and what if I hadn't worked on myself, this would be missing in my performance?
Yes. Very truly, actually. So things like humility, that comes in my performances, in my characters. Even if I play a villain, there are many aspects to a villain. A villain is not a bad person. He's a human being who deals life or who deals with life in a particular way, which we may not agree to. So we call him a villain, but he is perfectly sure of what he's doing and he's traveling that path. So humility comes over there. A villain also has his moments of being humiliated. He also has his moments of anger. He also is a very amazing person. He's also a very innocent soul. He's everything put together. But these nuances, these little details come from the way you've lived your life, come from the way that you spoke to yourself. It's a lot of self-talking you do. And you see the greats. The greats I saw, like looking at these films, you see those great figures. You see Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
You see these great figures. So when I was training, sometimes my physical body training, whatever, on top of the roof, I would tell myself, come on, Charlie Chaplin did it. You know, Martin Scorsese did it. Whoever, Fellini did it. Satyajit Ray did it. All these people did it. Actors did
Neeraj
it. So
Kabi.
come on.
Neeraj Kabi
done
did
it.
it. For
Tell
me, yeah,
myself every
Neeraj
time,
Kabi
come on,
did it.
Neeraj,
Good
come
one,
on,
Jess.
Neeraj,
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
be there. You gotta be there. You gotta join that league of people. I need to be there because I belong to that world.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing else that would shake me. Although I knew that I'm nowhere. I've got no job, no work, nothing. I'm doing odd jobs, making little pies here and there. I has to do multiple kinds of work just to earn something for that day.
Something I noticed right away is that this could have gone two ways. It could have, and which it does, and I've seen that a lot in the industry because I've also been in the industry for some time now. It makes people bitter,
Yeah.
or it makes people who you are. And that's a choice. That's a deliberate choice that you made, that you didn't want to be like, or maybe that's just not the way you are internally. And you use these things to galvanize yourself to be ready for that moment when everything, and you knew there was a moment that things are going to change,
Yeah.
and they did.
Yeah.
But was that a moment, or was that all these years of preparation that came together and gave you that moment and you could seize it?
I think all these years of preparation.
Wow.
These years of preparation where you're walking a black hole. You just don't know where the hell are you walking. You can't see anything ahead of you, but you're just walking because you tell yourself that if you don't walk, you will drop dead. You better walk. I can say it easily today. But you go through crying, you go through emotions, you're yelling, shouting, weeping away everywhere. You're crying in the trains of Mumbai, you're crying in the little footpaths of Mumbai, you're sitting there hopeless, looking at people passing you. You don't even know why have you come here. You look at these posters over there, you tell yourself, do I really want to be there? And you say, yes, I want to be there. But that's not what I want to do. The idea was that does my work have the power to impact an audience and impact their lives? And I was looking for that. They shouldn't come and clap for me. That's not the intention. They will eventually. I didn't want to be known that way, that, yeah, look at that guy, that's Neeraj Kabi going. Yes, in your heart you want that, but that was a very small
Component
a
of the
choice
bigger.
of mine that I want that to happen. I wanted people to be impacted by my work. I knew that if they see this, something in their lives should shift. Something should happen to me when they're sitting in that audience for an hour and a half or 2 hours and watching my work. There's something that they should take back home. I should go back home with them. I should enter their heart. I should enter their soul. And they should carry me back home. Not because I look good, not because they like the way I dance or sing, but because I did something in that story where they felt that I've become a part of their lives. And much later in my life, today I can say this to you, at that time I was struggling to find the words. But I think essentially there are kinds of stories. Stories that entertain an audience. Stories that celebrate life or love. And these are stories that entertain or celebrate. These are lighter to feel and to respond to, because they're instant. You get entertained, or you look at the celebration of love and you enjoy that and you go back home. Then come stories that inform you about what's happening on this planet. Then come stories that inspire you. And then come stories that awaken you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
I think I took a very early call at that time. I loved the stories that entertain. I loved the stories that make you celebrate love. But I felt, no, I don't think as a human being I want to do that. I want to go deeper into the human psyche. I want to train. I wanted to live a life that would keep me occupied mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I want this impact so powerful that I literally, in 2 hours' time, try to awaken people. I try to inspire them. I should be able to do that. That when they go back, they carry me home. I'm repeating myself. They don't carry me home because I'm well known. They don't carry me home because I look good or whatever it is. They carry me home because I've impacted their life somewhere. I still know very well inside myself that there's a lot that I have
Present
to do.
continuous.
Yes.
So that's the
Yeah.
problem that I have with people. They're past and present. That's it. There's no continuous. With your journey, I know the Neeraj Kabi I have known for a long time by your work, and the Neeraj Kabi I have met today. And if I meet Neeraj Kabi maybe after a year, he would be a different human being, more evolved. So stagnation is not a part of your journey, is what is the point I'm getting to. And that is, I think, what's missing. People get very complacent, and the way you have spoken to yourself as well. And you're not a didact, so you have all those spectrums of intelligence available to you.
Well, Stoicism suggests that humans can't control pain, but they can definitely control their response to it.
Yeah.
Do you think you're a Stoic?
Partly, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And did Stoicism find you, or did you go seeking it in your journey?
I would say both again.
Wow.
Yeah. It's happened. I think it's exactly that what you're saying, because pain is something, and pain can be of various kinds. It could be physical, it could
Yes.
be emotional, it could be spiritual, whichever pain you go through. You choose how to respond to that. And that choice creates the next for you. The next path for you, the next you happens because of the choice that you take. First when you're alone, then when you have a family, whichever way you want to go, then with people, then with society. This pain keeps coming in every
Yes.
time. And that's why I say it's both, being a Stoic, it's both ways. I didn't go seeking it, but yes, in a way I did.
Yeah.
It hit me. Yes, it hit me. It came to me as well.
Right.
So both of them have become a part of my life as I travel this journey. And it's crucial, because these are the choices when you makes you either drop dead right at the moment, or it tells you that, no, there is a muscle I've built today. There's something I've done to some part of my body today, which has come from this. And it keeps building into your chromosomes. It keeps building into every element of your system. You talk to your body actually after a point of time. You are actually looking at your hand. You're looking at certain parts of your body, which maybe are injured, which maybe have gone through a surgery. And you touch those parts of your body and you tell yourself, yeah, something's inside my body. It's not the same, like Ship of Theseus.
Yeah.
So I ask myself, am I the same, Neeraj? Because there are some scars inside, there are some stitches inside. And I went through this when I was preparing for this role, and I broke this part of the body. This is what happened to me. So today, if I touch my body, there are various things that my body has gone through. It's visited doctors, it's visited hospitals, and things are inside the system today. Things that are not natural and are not organic, but they're inside my system. So I touch those parts sometimes and I tell myself, yeah, they're part of my body, but because I made myself strong those years of building myself, you tell yourself that, okay, you guys stay there, stay with me, but don't hurt me anymore. Be with me, be a part of my life. And my body learns that. When you train your body learns to take in foreign particles inside.
It builds an internal
Yes, it
antidote.
does.
And
It
also, it's like
accepts.
an auto-suggestion. Now. You
And the
keep giving your
Yes.
body auto-suggestions.
Yes.
You give your mind auto-suggestions. It's that kind of...
Yes. That's what, when the body learns, your mind then begins to tell you that it's fine if you're going through this today. You begin to accept people. You begin to accept society inside your journey, inside your life. You begin to accept everything after that. There are many choices I've made even after Ship of Theseus and many others. There have been times, it's not been a smooth ride even after that. Things happen. Things
Yes.
happen to everybody. And then you said, now where am I? And then you're back again and you ask yourself, no, don't tell me I'm going back again. Are these the choices I want to make? I said no to these choices. And then you tell yourself that, no, maybe I have to right now. I have a family. I need to deal with money. And there are many things I need to take care of. My parents are growing old. I've got a family, an extended family. What do I do then? So you take those choices, you make those choices, you do those kinds of films, you tell those stories, and you tell yourself that I'm still walking. This is not me. I'm doing them. I look at the films I've done. I know the newspaper articles that are there. And the awards that I won as best actors, they're not put up anywhere yet. They're all packed into those silver foils or whatever. And I've put them inside drawers, even today.
Why
they lie
so?
there. I don't know why. I never felt that I've done something yet that I could put up something over there. I respect the awards I've gotten. Not that I'm waiting for an Oscar which will go up over there, but yes, I know that these should not do something to me. I've always begun telling myself, I've not yet begun. I've not yet begun.
Wow.
There is something that I need to do, which I know I want to do. And I'm just going to begin now.
So what's fascinating here is you just said, I haven't begun yet. And you're saying this after the long waiting period, then getting projects and that projects that you think you want to be a part of. And after making those choices and after getting the awards, you wake up every morning and saying that I
haven't begun.
begun yet. Now that takes a lot of power, a lot of strength.
So
I
that's
have
the
never seen
differentiator.
that.
So that is the
Yeah,
differentiator between him
exactly.
and the rest of the people.
You know what happens again, if I may just say so. In my worst times, I would sit down and just pick up, I used to have a pen with me all the time, and pick up a piece of paper lying anywhere on the platform. I used to travel a lot by local trains for many, many years of my life. I used to pick up a thing, a cigarette packet or whatever fallen down. And I would write over there the people I would work with, which I want to. People
And I
want
think
to
you've
work with.
the names were, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Well, some of the names are, for example, I wrote over that I'd like to perform with films where my co-actors like Irfan Khan, Nawazuddin, Siddiqui. I'd like to work with Anurag Kashyap. I'd like to work with Shyam Benegal. I'd like to work with Gautam Ghosh. So I used to write these names down. Many others, and I would laugh at them first, and I'd tell myself, "Oh, really?" And I would say, "No, really, I want to actually." So there were two kinds of things all the time. First reaction would be, "Oh, really?" And I would say, "No, really, yeah, I want to. I really want to work with them," and I would keep them.
Wow.
And this is what pushed me to do that. And years later, when I actually worked with all of them, they were all on set with me. Of course, I used to weep. As to have tears running down, looking at these people, the directors, the actors, or whatever. And I used to tell myself, actually, these things do come. They do happen. And I tell myself, but yeah, you've put in a lot of work, Neeraj, to come here. But there's something now beyond this. So I would finish the shoot and tell myself, it's done, it's gone. And you go to a higher now. Come on, let's go, let's move. So, this tapping has stayed with me till date. I tap myself like a teacher all the time. I used to do when I would go for work, hunt for work, and I would get humiliated by people when I would come back. I never abused anybody. I still remember that. I've never yelled at anybody, even if they hurt me. I would go back and tell myself, no, Neeraj, don't do that. Keep this anger. Remember what he said. Remember what they did.
Repository
Remember
of-
this push that you got right now. You've been thrown out of the office. Don't forget this. Remember this. And I used to tell myself, don't shout at him. I would feel like throwing something at that person. I would say, no, don't. So there would be two people always functioning with me. The Neeraj that taught me and the Neeraj that was. And these two always traveled me.
Can you recall any small joys that?
I would start by saying that when I got the first newspaper articles, when I would have calls coming over to say that we're calling from the Times of India, we're calling from Hindustan Times, we're calling from whatever, and they would say we need an interview from you, and that began giving me hope that people actually want to know what I've done. So there's a hope that things are happening. And even when I would direct plays, so I was doing theatre. When I began directing plays, again the same thing happened over there. I used to watch plays at the Prithvi Theatre. I would watch plays at the NCPA, and I would tell myself, I respect this, but no, I want to go beyond this. This is not my idea of theatre. No. And I'd done no work in theatre in the sense that I didn't
Wow.
know anything. But I tell myself, but no, I know
Yeah.
inside myself that this is not the work I want to do. I know for sure. I would see audiences clapping. I would look at everybody's face like that. They would stand up and clap after the play. I would stand up and clap as well out of respect. But I told myself that, this is up to the respect only, but this is not what I want to do. I want to create something which is something else. I didn't know at that time what, but I knew that I want to create something. That's how I began directing plays, knowing nothing about it actually. I just took up a play and I said, I want to do this. Let's take up a big play. And I took up Hamlet of all the plays. And I said, I'm going to make this happen. And I remember all seniors at the Prithvi Theatre, people who did big plays. And I remember they coming and telling me, "Aur kya ho raha hai aajkal?" So I would say that, "Kuch nahi sir, bas kar rahe hain kaam." I used to do a lot of theatre, act in plays, other people directing it, and I would do these comic roles especially, and I would do a lot of physical theatre. Where I would be on stilts and walk on stilts or jump or take somersaults and get inside a sofa, get out from there. Those are the kinds of
You're an
plays I
active
would do.
human.
Very, very physically active. And that's the time that, people would appreciate the acting part of it. And then again, the same thing would happen when you came out in the cafe and people say, "Oh, bhai, kya ho raha hai?" So I would say, "I'm direct kar raha hu, sir." "Acha, kya direct kar rahe ho?" I go, "Sir, Shakespeare." मतलब Hamlet Shamlet करो. मैंने कहा exactly Hamlet ही कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा तुम्हारे पंख उतारा है. ठीक है करो भैया करो. ठीक है देखते हैं. And then a lot of them would tell you that, look, don't attempt these kind of things because this is madness. And then they would name many people who've done that play,
And they've
failed.
Yeah.
And so they would tell me, you would just take a one act. Just
unsolicited
start with that.
advice.
And so I would do it because they're seniors obviously.
Yeah, so
they're
आपको
not-
तो-
So I would just say, okay, thank you, sir. And I would then tell myself that, take this out of your ears
Yeah.
right now, Neeraj, drop it. You have your own path, you follow your own path. So when I would walk down to the bus stand, wait for the bus, I would stand and say, okay, Hamlet now. How am I going to do this goddamn play, man? I know nothing about that play. I would pick up the book like that and I would say, what is the first word now? Thou art.
Yeah.
What language
Yeah.
is? And that's how it began.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how, you take yourself to levels where you know that I've got one life. And if I don't play my part well and to the hilt absolutely, then I would be a failure. So for me, that time, failure had its own definition. It was not about my popularity. It was not about how much people respected me. At the end of my life, if I tell myself that I've not explored the highest level of myself as an actor or a director or a workshop trainer or as a teacher, then I'm a failure. That's it. Pure, simple, period.
A good teacher shows people the connection between things, from the mundane to the profane, from the profane to the sacred. So, do you think that for everybody, or specifically for an actor, every mundane experience can be a tool Like even waiting in line for the bus, could that be a tool for them?
Yes, absolutely. I tell myself that, look, now this, you can't waste your time literally in that way, in that sense, that I'm waiting for the bus to come and from here I go to Andheri, I do my audition. No, that's a waste of time. I'm an actor, so every moment becomes precious for me. And since I've decided that the world is not just a stage for me, it's also a place of learning for me, then I better make use of it. So that's the time it would strike that now what's happening in my head as I wait for the bus? What's my head, my subconscious talking about? What's happening right now? So I would start paying attention. And I used to do that at that time. What's happening here? What's my body feeling like at this point of time? Am I feeling tired?
So consciously
Very
aware.
consciously, everything. So I would wait, and I would then see people talking on the phone or whatever. It would irritate me. So I would ask myself, okay, fine. What's irritating me? The phone call? Or the failures I've gone through? Or I'm waiting for the bus, and where the hell do I go? I know that audition. I know they will not call me. I know it very well. So is that what is irritating me? Now what's irritating me then? So everything became live for me. And that's where the process began. Can I play the mind of the actor? Because that's so essential. That's what the camera grabs. It's looking at your eyes because it wants to study your mind, your heart, and your soul. So that's how I used to give my auditions. And when I would give my auditions over there, most of the times, I think 98 out of 100, people would just stop the audition midway and say, thank you very much. That's the door.
That has happened.
So yeah, many a times.
People have stopped you midway in an audition and asked you to leave.
I've been called Bapu by a person who says, Bapuji, maaf karna, meri galti ho gayi, maine aapko bulaya, sir.
Babuji kahan hai aaj?
You
I
played
Bapuji
Bapuji?
And
You
I played
played Bapuji, of
I
course.
played-
Of course.
So
But
he
was
says,
the-
and he told me that musse gal, and he came very close to me, almost to a point of hitting me. So, and I got scared because he said, Bapuji, maaf karna, aap please nikal jaiye, wo darwaza hai, wahan se nikal jaiega, please. Yeah. So these kinds of things are powerful because you have again two choices as you walk over there. Either you tell yourself that, okay, I think I'm no good really, because so many auditions, so many years, nothing really is happening. The second choice is that, God damn it, I have to do this. This is all that I have. And then you remove these little memories and you keep them in your belly. All these people, all these voices, when you go to sleep, they start to come out. They come out even today. When I go to those
They must be
offices,
silent now, the voices in
don't
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't
know
like
know.
I
what?
said, there are
Universe did
moments.
its
There are
job.
moments I've gone to those offices even today after so many years because I've been called by them.
Yeah.
They've called me up, Neeraj ji, please come. We have a film, and narration karni hai aapke saath. And I laughed to myself, saying, God damn it.
Poetic
this office over
justice,
here,
poetic.
I'm going to go, yeah. And I go over there, enter the place. I see certain things, and I tell myself, that's where I was. That's where I was shown the door. That's where this guy came. And I literally want to ask them, where is that man? And many of them have grown old now, really old. They've forgotten most of the things. And my eyes meet theirs, and I really ask myself in my head that, are you kidding me? Are you really telling me you can't recognize me? I've worked with you. I've worked as production assistant to many, many people. 5th, 6th production assistant, where in those days, our job was simply to carry things, arrange pan for people, arrange some kind of a dahi, which was available only at one point where the actor needed only that.
मतलब
That's-
एक
yeah,
one
yeah.
kind-
उसी तरह का पान, उसी तरह का दही चाहिए तो भागो. वही लेके आओ, सर आ गया सर पान, सर आ गया सर दही. And then you actually begin to perform with those actors. You actually, yes.
Oh.
You're sitting with the same actor. He's old now.
Wow.
He's looking at you. And he's telling yourself, hey man, Neeraj, I love your work, man. And you tell yourself, bhul gaye.
पान कैसा
वो
लगा आपको?
पान, वो dahi. But of course, these are years ago, so obviously they won't remember. And that's the time, you weep a bit because that's the time you tell yourself that, okay,
course.
life is beautiful, it's amazing because it gives you this chance. It makes you see these
Prepares
moments
you
as
for
well.
this.
I loved what you just said. You weep. Because I think crying or weeping is one of the most powerful possessions that we have. But we hold ourselves back and say, hey, don't cry. Log tumhe kamzor samjhenge.
Or whatever the reason
Whatever
is.
but wo jo आंसू आते हैं अकेलेपन में, have they shaped you?
Yes, they've been my weapons actually.
Your tears have been your weapons.
Yes, very strong weapons inside me. They've been very, very powerful weapons. So I have cried many a times. Cried quietly, not shared it with anybody, not even with my family when I used to go back. Because I would tell myself that don't dilute these things.
Wow.
Because they are your weapons. So, you would keep them, you would drain yourself with crying. And I would really cry, like literally throw out whatever was there. But I would also tell myself that next time don't do this. Keep it. Because these are your weapons. Don't throw them away like this. Many films that I've done where I was required to revisit the lives of those characters. They are real life characters. When I would revisit their lives on whatever information I had, those tears helped me. And see, it would be such a beautiful world if you could share all our emotions together.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do anyways as an actor on screen. But if you could do that with everybody, where you sit down, where you laugh together, you also cry together, you weep together. That's the vulnerability that I feel through the performance or performances as an actor. I'd like to impact on my audience. That come to a point where we can share things as humans and not as certain names that are
Or
attached,
labels
or
attached.
labels that are attached to us.
Yeah. Rejection is an unavoidable aspect of an acting career. One spends more time looking for work than actually doing the work. How can one reframe rejection?
Rejection also tells you in another way that the person who said no to you is an audience. So now, if you have a single audience over there at the audition who rejected you, or whatever, or a director who rejected you, whatever, then you must know that that's an audience over there. And there are going to be audiences like this. So now you've got two choices. Either you take that rejection and you take it into your heart, allow it to go into your brain, allow it to sink into your spine and to affect your system, and to take a call saying that, okay, this is it for me. Or you tell yourself and take another choice and say, okay, this is one kind of an audience. Let me now hunt for another kind of an audience that will look forward to my work. So it becomes a hunt after that, I feel. You lose one, you now begin to hunt for the other. You actually become an animal over there. You want to now move. You don't want to stop anymore.
Wherever you didn't find a teacher, you taught yourself. And now you're a teacher, you're an acting coach. What is the one thing you promised to give to your students that you never got?
Hope. And the fact that you have just one life. Nothing, absolutely nothing should come in the way of what you're doing. No emotions, no people, no results should affect you. It's just one life. That's what I want to give.
Wow.
That's what I was looking to get when I was training myself. And this is what I want to give them. This is why I think I do workshops, I teach.
Yes.
I won't call it teaching actually. I share what my journey has been so far without telling them what my journey is. But the techniques and the craft that I've developed on my own, I share that.
You imbue people with
Yes. Because I tell them that if you need anything to go ahead, if you need anything like, and I use this word a lot, the weapon that you need to travel ahead, then that only weapon that you have is craft, and craft. There's nothing else. If you want to go to the highest forms of storytelling, then you need craft. You can't just land up over there. You have to have. So the essence of craft and the training, which is called a lifetime training, it does not end even after you've been given a lifetime achievement award to anybody.
That has
You
been
still keep
conveyed
that award.
very well.
You still keep that award away and you
Yes.
continue to work.
That's
And
what-
I believe in your performance, something I've noticed is the unspoken, the words, your silences. And I have seen you retract from a scene, I think it was Patal Lok, and I know it was Patal Lok. You've just retracted your body. And in that you have conveyed what probably words could not. But is that something that is also a part of the craft where
Yes. Yes, it is. That's what comes out of training. Because you know that there are these lines I've been given. Now, there are certain words that need to breathe first inside you before you let them out to the audience. And you capture those words. Because you're trained, you know what words to mark in your script to say that this I can't give away easily.
wow.
And you deliberately circle that. Or sometimes as you perform, it happens to you instinctively because you're trained. There are two kinds of instinct. One that happens naturally because, as a human it happens to you and you do that. That might just pull off
Yeah.
somewhere, but it can't go everywhere. You
sustain
can't
it.
just be instinctive everywhere. You need training, post-training, complete rigorous craft for many years. then your instinct works in the right way. If you don't train and just depend on instinct, then that's your personal human instinct that's coming out. That's not acting. That's just your own instinct, that the way you are normally as a human being. Here, the instinct of the character has to come out, not your instinct. And that requires training. Instinct of the character needs to be there. If you can do this, that's what happens when you're taking those pauses, then you're moving. You're about to say the lines, but the face turns away.
Yeah.
And then you look. Now, there are many things which is called the subtext that goes away
Yes.
to the audience.
Yeah.
And your eyes are anyways giving them.
Yes.
There are many times when we sit with the director and we call the writer and we say, can we delete these lines? If you allow me, I'll perform them. Don't make me say them because it'll take away.
Oh.
And if it's a good director,
They
and
get
I've
it.
been lucky to have some of them, they said, okay, let's cancel this with permission of the writer. Writer says, kar dijiye sir, no problem. They cancel it and then we just perform that. We don't say that. It's far more powerful. And let me exit frame after this. Leaving a void.
Wow.
Let the camera capture that void. It'll be more powerful than me just saying it away. You'll just lose the essence of this line. You've written it beautifully. Allow the actor to perform it. This comes from craft.
You once said that an actor represents humanity at large, which got me thinking that to be a good actor, do you have to be a good human being?
You need to be a human being that has empathy towards everything more than being good. Empathy comes when you've experienced a lot of life, a lot of it. Goodness may not come, I don't know. But empathy sure will come slowly. Because again, goodness, we don't know how to describe that. How do you define that word? It's so difficult.
It's vague.
You don't know what is good. Something might be good for you, which may not be my understanding of good. Or maybe my understanding of good may not be your understanding of
Wow,
good.
so
But
true.
empathy comes in. It's a common word that everybody connects with. And that's crucial, I think. When you live a lot of life, a good actor has to be a person with a lot of power to empathize with humanity at large. I think then you become a great actor. That's where forgiveness comes very quickly. That's what training intensely as an actor and craft will do to you. It'll make you this human being. It's not about being a great actor. It'll create that human being also
Wow.
inside you. Because you start being that. Of course, we are humans. At times, you might, even after a lot of training, you might lose your cool.
Yes.
You might abuse there. You might punch over there. You might do anything. Who knows? Immediately after that, you will understand that, no, this is something I shouldn't have done. What the hell did I do? I couldn't even deal with this one situation with one poor man over there who's just a rickshaw driver over there making his living. And I abused the man. And I always spoke about empathy and all that, but we are humans. It'll happen at any point. But the awareness is that right after you do that, you're aware that you did that.
Yeah.
And that's what
It's important.
separates you, segregates you as a good person.
You spoke about Ship of Theseus. I strongly felt that if that film had gone as India's entry into the Oscar, it would have been in the last 15 years, it would have been our first Oscar for you
I
and
second
for the
that.
film. And I don't know which film went, but hey, I mean, that has to change. And I think you played a very big part in changing my filmography as well in the last 15 years, which has affected me personally. And now, aap hamare samne, it's a big day for me. It's a really big day for me. And I would like to honor that and say thank you to you for making that happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? On many levels,
Yes.
I know who you are. And I didn't even have to meet you. And I knew who you were even before you walked in through that door. And that's the beauty of an amazing human being.
being
उनकी जो
first.
वासना
Yeah.
या खुशबू है, वो सिर्फ मिलने से नहीं होती है. वो ether में होती है. And I think you carry that, Neeraj, very strongly.
You put it so beautifully.
No,
this
I mean,
film.
no. I mean, this is my truth. And I've been obsessed about, we have been
We
obsessed.
both have been.
Obsessed. And
You know, when we get a chance to see our inspirations in front of us, our idols in front of us, what a better opportunity to learn, to grasp, to take home and to just
share the same oxygen,
Yeah.
or whatever it is that we're doing.
You know what, Ship of Theseus, let me tell you something about this.
Yes.
That when Ship of Theseus went to the theaters and it got released, I remember we were together, Anand Gandhi, myself, and Soham, and we were all traveling for interviews and all that. And on the first day itself, we were in Lucknow for an interview. And we got a call, Anand got a call saying that there are shows happening in Mumbai. The film has just come out, and the first two shows were houseful shows. So first, Anand stopped. We were going in a car. He stopped the car. He said, "Phir se bol." So he said, "These are houseful shows going on." We couldn't believe it, and we couldn't believe. And then we got calls saying that in Delhi, the film is again houseful. And then we got a call in Mumbai. People are standing up and clapping in the theaters. I went back the next day from Lucknow. I reached Mumbai, and that very night, I came back home. That very night, I went to the Oberoi Theatre. I wanted to see this reality myself. And I went over there. I sat over there, and I saw this reality actually happening. Because when the credit titles were rolling, I could see the audiences getting up one after the other and clapping away, just
Wow.
clapping away. And obviously, I was crying. Anybody would cry in that position. And I saw them. So I was wearing a cap just to hide my identity. Not that I was known or something, but I just felt that let me keep it a little secret. Let them enjoy this. Then I saw reality happening. People were clapping away, and suddenly a lady from there, an elderly person, plugged out my cap like that, and she looked at me. She said, "You are the boy who's playing the monk, huh?" And half my system told me, "Say no, Neeraj. Yeah." Because then I said, "Yeah." And she just picked me up. She just held my hand, and she told everybody, "Hey, ye dekho, yeah." And everybody turned and they all clapped. I was requested by the people to go over there to the side or in front, and people just went on clapping. A standing ovation happening from nowhere at all. The audience's love that happened that day, and their sensibilities, their sensitivities moved me and gave me the inspiration that films work. There's nothing called only entertainment films work. There's nothing called only this works or only this kind of an actor works. No.
Yeah.
That myth got broken that very day. It gave me a different power. It gave me a different reality. It gave me a different strength to now start walking the path I've always dreamt of. I said, no, now I need to create myself as an actor because this works.
At this point of time, we're in 2025. Let's talk about Bollywood is in shambles. The theaters are empty. And the filmmakers, there was a constant remark that they always made. We're not making these films for us. We're making them because the audience wants to see these kind of films. We're helpless. We can make better films, but we're not. That was what they were saying. The audience has evolved and moved on. What happened to the filmmaker? Why are they so scared of evolving? If that's the right word?
You know, it's, with due respect to your question, it's something very difficult to answer.
Yeah.
Very difficult to answer. You know, so one thing here I can say is that blaming the audience is something, yes,
Yeah.
I totally believe that. No? And like that, there are many films.
Yeah.
Audiences are there, alive, breathing, waiting. You need to understand and be sensitive to what they're looking for, and you can give it to them if you want to. But if your sole purpose only becomes to only have a box office hit or to make a lot of money through what you're doing with your films, then in that case, yeah, maybe sometimes the audiences may not want to see any more of your work for some time. They might be looking for something else if that is your sole purpose. Again, there's nothing wrong in that because it's a business after
Yeah, it's a
all.
business.
So people do put in money, and big money is put in. And if it's not making any money, obviously the people who are making those films, producers or directors, they have the right to complain that kya hai yaar, itna dala paisa. Well, fine, they have a right to do that because they put in the money and the audience didn't arrive. That's perfectly fine. Stories can never die. Audiences will come and go, but stories will live on and on and on.
Hey, you beautiful people out there who get easily offended, don't. What's the point? Celebrity culture in Bollywood/India reflects a deep disconnect. Celebrities often disregard ordinary people and engage in performative activism. The cult of celebrity status is beginning to crumble, and it's very important that it does. The dismantling of the cult of celebrity is essential for Bollywood to evolve. It is the bedrock. When I say bedrock, be careful who you go to bed with. I mean, in a way that will inspire you. It is the bedrock of your art. Do not just go to bed with anyone. Metaphorically, figuratively. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want. But this,
When I think of complex characters, the one that stayed with me was the role you played in Talvar.
Okay.
It's an open ended true story. And how does one approach a character that's entirely living in gray space? Like, what was your inner narrative that guided your performance when you had to play the role in Talvar?
First of all, the research that one had to do to get all the facts right about it's a living case that has happened,
Yes.
and those people are living, other than unfortunately the daughter who passed away, but the parents are still living. So these are cases of people who are still breathing, and you need to do your research.
Yeah.
So the research is what unplugged a lot of things inside my system to understand then how should one perform this. Without the research, you can't perform it. You can't imagine these things and do it. You have to have the facts very, very straight. So there was a lot of reading, and every scene I remember, every day, every shot that I took. I used to carry a little briefcase kind of a thing, but there were all kinds of articles that were stored inside that. And the director, Meghna Gulzar, was really kind to give me copies, hard copies of every article possible. And those printouts were given to me because I like to refer to printouts. I'm aware that I'm wasting paper, but that's the only way I can work. I can't see it on a.
Yeah.
And then I had a lot of videos that were given to me, again sent by the director, giving me every aspect of what has happened. So every day on set, it was first my studies. I would go over there, open my suitcase kind of a bag, put them all inside my van, really stray them over there. And I would see everything, spread them across, look at every aspect right from the beginning of the case to the end of the case, and what's happening right now at the Supreme Court. And then I would read all of them, study all of them while I'm changing, get everything right. This is every day. And then I would sit on certain elements or certain parts of the interviews of the parents, real life parents, interviews of them, and articles purely on what they said personally, not what is
Not
imagined,
theirs.
They quoted.
what they said. That's where the building of the emotions happened every single day. One was the brain trying to get all the facts over there right, and one was the heart that needed to revisit every single day of the set what actually was spoken, the words that were used over there, and what the mother spoke, the father spoke as they spoke about the child. That then set everything correct for me. And that's where I felt that now I think I'm equipped. My system is now equipped to leave the van and get out. And I was very blessed to have a director like Meghna Gulzar because she respected the process and she waited. And films, you can't wait. You're losing money by the minute. You can't just give an actor saying that I need time. No, you can't do that. You have to be professional enough to do your homework at home and come over here and be quick at what you're doing. But she was patient to allow me to come in through. And then this happened, and I would take all this processing and I would go there and then open them out over there as a performer.
Because that character, at no point throughout the film, as an audience, you're on the edge of your seat because you know this is a true story. You know that this has been the nation's biggest story at that point of time. Everybody was glued to their televisions to see what's going on. Did the parents do it? Did they not? What happened to the girl? And then that's where the nuance and that the human condition comes in play.
Yeah.
Like how, and they're living, like you said.
Yes.
So for me, for you to play that character, I was like totally intrigued with your inner narrative.
And just to extend that slightly,
Ji, sir.
so the director actually spoke with us saying that, look, there is this part of it, there is this part of it. You need to play in between.
Exactly.
That's all that was told to us, because she
Yeah.
said that if you don't play in between, then we are taking sides, and that's
Yes.
unfair because the case is in court.
Yes.
You can't take sides
Yes.
as a filmmaker or a storyteller. You got to be there. Let the audience take a call, what it is all about. And that's what it did. And it was fast-tracked, by the way. The film fast-tracked
Impacted the case.
Impacted.
Neeraj, you worked with some of the most brilliant actors from India. Shefali Shah, Irfan Khan, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Jaideep Alabat, Rani Mukherjee as well from Hitchki.
Yeah.
Did you ever exchange notes on acting or on the craft? Something that they took from you or you kind of on set? Like, did you have that exchange with any one of them? Or
Unfortunately not. Well, mostly whenever I've performed with everybody you've mentioned, there was no space. I never found a space where we could sit down and discuss our craft. however much I wanted to, and I felt we should. Now I feel even more that when you have actors on set, you must really share notes on the craft, because that's your space of, that's our office.
Yes.
It's not a club where you do a shot and you go away and have your drink or your juice or whatever.
Right.
That's a space where you sit down to discuss craft, and this should happen.
Because
And
it's an
look at the-
opportunity,
Yeah,
right?
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. You
Yeah.
have that exchange. You learn, you unlearn.
And you enrich not just the
Yes.
story, you enrich the atmosphere on set.
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
enrich the way the industry will move forward from now.
Yeah.
Right? It would be what a delight it would be to do
Yeah.
this. To
mean-
sit there and just do that. You can order your coffee or your chai and then
And just
you're
sit
talking
and
about, yeah.
like that's a great
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah. I mentioned it very quickly. When I was doing Sacred Games,
Ji.
I remember when there is a sequence over there where I'm working with Nawazuddin, and I'm the cop who's in the, I'm beating him up,
Right.
black and blue, and he's hung on. So we do that. I hit him and everything, and then that's the end of the shot. I remember going back to my van, and Anurag Kashyap was right next to me was his van. And I remember I went back to the van, and that's the way I normally work. When I finish a scene, it's like examinations. I tell myself, "Arey yaar, I answered that question. I should have done a better job of that question." Whenever I enter my van, I'm the most restless person inside. My team comes in or whatever, I just don't talk to anybody. I'm like opening my shirt or whatever, getting ready for the next scene, but my mind is somewhere else. And I was telling myself, no, it's wrong, that's not the way to do this scene. It's not coming out at all. It's not. Then I felt, okay, let me just take a shot. Let me just go and talk to Anurag. So I remember getting down from my van, and I remember I was only wearing the pant of the police officer. I was about to change. मैं खाली गंजी पहना हुआ था, बाकी सब निकाल चुका था. मुझे पता भी नहीं था मैं गंजी पहना हूँ. और गंजी पहनते हुए it was half open and everything, and I just walked out of my van. I walked into Anurag's van, just knocked over the. Anurag said, "Yeah, come in." So I walked in. He said, "हाँ, नीरज सर बोलिए." मैं अनुराग क्या रिक्वेस्ट है यार, आज जो कि हम लोग अलग कर सकते हैं. So he said, "नहीं सर, बहुत अच्छा है, क्यों आप ऐसे कर रहे हो?" मैंने कहा, नहीं मज़ा नहीं आ रहा. So he said, "Then what do you want?" And I said, there's a book, you know that, right? Sacred
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Now, when I read that book, there were certain areas I marked for myself for Parulkar's role, and certain areas that were there. One of the things that was spoken about in the book was that Parulkar was a very playful cop. He never took his job. He was very serious about his job, but he didn't behave seriously in the sense that he didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm a cop. I must."
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He just played it out like a game, but he was very good at that. So, and he loved cricket. He used to watch matches like hell, like in and out, even when he was there in the jail, wherever he was there as a cop. Cricket was a big thing for him. So I went back to Anurag and I said, "Look, this is one element of him, that he was a sports lover, etc. It's not coming out in his character at all. So why don't we do one thing?" And he used to play, everything was a game for him. So even hitting a criminal, so-called criminal, should be a game for him. Why did we take it so seriously? Where he's taking a belt and no, that's too serious. That's not the character. Then he's becoming any other cop. You're making him a dirty cop who just beats people with his belts. So he says, "To kya kare?" I said, "Let's play. Let Nawaz be there and let me play cricket with him. While playing cricket, we'll beat him. Really beat him." So he says, "Then what do we do?" I said, "If you don't mind, can we redo this shot again tomorrow?" He says, "Arey, ye to ho gaya ye shot. We are moving now." I said, "Please, yeah, let's do something." I said, "I want bats, I want a cricket bat. And that's all I want. I don't want to hit him with a belt and all that. Let me play cricket with him. While playing cricket, I want to hit him. Really whack him. And that hit will be worse than this bat hit." And that's where you have amazing directors coming in.
He got it. He got it.
He got it.
Directors who sense actors, who respect actors' views, who respect your craft. And there are many. I'm just naming one of them.
Yeah.
Anurag is such a director.
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, sir, kal aap aajiye, isko phir se karte hain." The next day, you know what was there inside his van? 6 cricket bats. He said, "Pick up any one of them." I said, "ये कहाँ बनवाया सर आपके लिए?"
Wow, Anurag.
ये वहाँ पर था. I just picked up one. I said, "Let's go." He said, "Shot ready है."
वो जो देखा
और
है
नवाज
And
को
even-
वापस
even
धोया.
Nawaz was sweet enough to come again to
Yeah.
redo that shot.
Because
We redid that shot. He was again tied over there. We put a chair in between, of course, Nawaz and the bat. And I was actually whacking the chair behind him. Nobody knows that, obviously.
Yeah.
And then that thing started off. So it was like, yeah. That's the title.
मजा आया.
And Martha Thar. And
Nice.
so that cricket element came in. It made that entire scene lighter, but yes, more
alive.
Gory.
Yeah, it's gory because
Yes.
you're whacking
Zinda bhi hai.
a body with a cricket bat can
Yeah.
be worse than.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes.
And
That's
he was
when I
not
say
just
that-
any other cop.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
that was the best part.
That's where actors can reunite. That's where the craft can reunite. Crafts can go up. That's where you need directors like this who are open to this idea. That's where you need people who are willing. And we shot that very quickly because we knew
That-
there's money involved. We
Yes.
cannot do this. It's just kindness that made it happen. But such souls are important.
Now,
And-
Anurag Kashyap saw that scene in Sacred Games. What did he say when he? Of course,
he was
blown.
thrilled even while we were shooting it.
Yeah.
While shooting
Oh,
it.
He got it from
He
the
got it.
get-go.
That's why. Yeah, he
was
got
so
it. He's
excited
Anurag
about it.
Kashyap. He
But
got
the
it.
thing
Oh,
is, he's a person who works, who loves his actors, who works actor-oriented. He creates things. He gives you, because he knows you're trained, not with everybody. He knows who's
Yeah,
a trained
of
actor, who's
course.
not. And he gives the actor that
That
space
respect.
to create. First day when I met him, first day of Sacred Games, they were doing my makeup. He comes in over there. I was just going through marking all my points over there. He just took it away. He said, "Sir, ये छोड़िए." मैंने कहा, "अरे ये तो मैं तैयारी करूँ, ये 8 line का है, 8 lines." He said, "नहीं, ये छोड़िए, I'm writing this. I'm rewriting this. Don't worry about this." He just took it away. He said, I said, "Anurag," and he took that. I'm rewriting it. He rewrote the whole thing and he gave it to me. He said, "ये करके दिखाइए सर, ये मजा आ जाएगा."
So he's so open.
He is.
Yeah.
And that way you got to be, that's what I mean by training and craft. Are you ready to take in something that is just thrown at you? Just like that.
Oh.
To enhance the scene. Are you willing? And are you ready for it, first of all? You can't be this untrained actor who says, "Yeah, I've memorized these lines."
yeah.
No, that's not craft.
If a trained actor or an actor on set, if their director comes to them last minute, "We're not doing this. This is what we're doing." And you should be, as a trained actor, you should be ready for that as well.
Yes, yes.
And that's professionalism.
Yes, absolutely. But again, I'm repeating myself. You have to have a trained director as well, not a confused.
Can I give you a high five on that? I like what you said.
You have to have that also.
True,
That
true, I
give and
get
takes
it.
only happens at a level of work. You can't
True.
just take it
No.
like that.
Have you ever used this phone?
Of
Yeah.
course.
यही फोन से तो ऑडियंस during my audition days I would wait.
क्या आएगा?
घंटी
हाँ,
बजेगी।
मुझे बोलते थे ना आप शाम को बता देंगे, शाम तक वहाँ बैठे
Wait
phone
कर
के
रहे हैं।
कर कर उठाया, हाँ somebody else, यार फिर आया फिर कर हाँ, तो ऐसे कोई फोन तो करता नहीं था. You have to call up the people. So then I would stay. First it was not phones. I could never afford this, so I would go to the booth.
PCO booth.
And I would stand over there waiting for 5 because they said 5 बजे फोन करना बता देंगे. 5 बजे तक बैठ के कुछ पढ़ रहा हूँ, कुछ याद कर रहा हूँ, कुछ
जैसे
काम
5
कर रहा हूँ.
बजे?
जैसे 5 बजे वहाँ पर कॉइन
डाला,
डाला, उठाया और बोला कि हाँ सर मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, आपने वो ये बोला था, ऐसा हो गया वैसा हो गया. 5 बजे आपने बोला था, मैं नीरज कभी बोल रहा हूँ. कौन? सर नीरज कभी, वो ऑडिशन था ना आपका, वो क्या था, वो क्या था. हाँ बताएंगे आपको. मैंने कहा सर आपने बोला था आज बताएंगे. अरे तो कल फोन करो ना. फिर they just bang the phone. Again you wait at the booth again the next day. So ये बूथ वाले किस्से बहुत हुए. बैठ के थक जाते थे. तो उसके बाद मैं बूथ जाता था, सीधा भूत बनकर I would literally go to the studio and wait outside कि भैया अभी मिलूंगा नहीं ना तो यही करता रहेगा वो जैसे हम कहते हैं हिंदी में टरकाता रहेगा वो, आएगा ही नहीं वो. फिर वहीं जाके आस्क भैया हाँ कि ना बोल दो, नहीं तो I'm just wasting my time. फिर बोलता नहीं यार तो हो गया, ले चुके हम लोग कोई और. So I wanted to tell him यार पहले तो बताना चाहिए था. I've been waiting at the booth. I've come here over there. तो ये
नहीं
होता है.
बेरहम लोग थे.
होता रहता है. But like I said, this is the beauty about this stuff.
Yes.
All this makes you say, wait, buddy,
yes,
you know,
yes,
I'm going to build
It's
my
all in my
muscles
belly.
now.
It's all in my
It's all in
belly.
belly.
So we have a segment and it's called Phone a Feeling. For all of you who are listening in right now, let me just tell you, there's a retro phone sitting between the three of us on a coffee table. And in some time, we would like you, Neeraj, to pick up the phone, dial in and phone a feeling. That call that you wanted to make, but you did not make. A call to someone from your past, present, or future. Here's your opportunity to pick up the phone, dial in, and
Maybe there
make
was
that
something
call.
left unsaid that you want to complete now, and this is you want to give the phone?
Yes, absolutely. You can take some time.
Ready?
Think
No,
about
I'm
it.
ready. This is I've done this many times.
Oh,
उठाओ, action बोलेगा.
Action.
Hello. Yeah. Yes, Martin. Yes. Martin Scorsese. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. No. I thought about it. So yeah, $3 billion. Okay, I'll go for that. No problem at all. Yeah. So wait, let me just. So you're saying it's going to be Godfather Part 4, and I do the lead, right? Am I getting it right? All right, done. So when are we starting? When are we rolling? All right, all right, all right. Martin, just hold on, please. Just a moment. Just hang on, okay? Yeah. No, nothing. Steven Spielberg is coming. Just give me, Yes, of course. I would do this. I would keep doing this in the worst of my times. When there was nothing happening, I would play with myself like this. The phone became a machine for me to vent out everything, and I would talk to these people who in my heart, I knew maybe never, probably I would be able to meet them or whatever. But I would do this because that would give me a great high. And I would put the phone down and I would say, oh, yes, good.
Neeraj, what is your love lingo?
So my love lingo, very essentially, it's talking about, if you can call it praising, but talking about things I find beautiful in the other person. Really, really very beautiful. It could be the way the person looks physically. It could also be the qualities of that person. It could be a combination of everything put together and what that person appears to me as.
So
that's an immediate thing that I feel that this kind of a thing that comes from me very instantly. That if I notice something, I start to
complimenting or
yes,
And talking about
appreciating
yes,
it.
yes. But again, ये तभी होता है जब मैं सबके सामने में नहीं कर सकता. I just get very
Yeah.
conscious
Of
of
course,
it.
of course.
When supposing हम लोग ऐसे shoot कर रहे हैं and the person is somewhere else and quietly somewhere else sitting, then I would probably go there, pull up a chair, take a coffee, and then
Nice.
just say,
Yeah.
put my heart over there and just say this is what it is, and then I leave it after that.
Wow.
And also I consciously notice people. That's one thing that I do. I don't know if it's a habit, but I like human
Occupation
beings.
hazard.
But I like human beings in the sense that all kinds.
You like human beings?
Yes, I do.
You've reached there.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm struggling.
When I'm saying like, also, it doesn't matter from where they come.
Yeah.
It's basically humans that are there, and I can say that today. I couldn't have been able to say this, let's say, 5 years ago, but I'm also shy that way. Like I said, I can't openly praise somebody. If I do, it'll take a lot out of me to say that. But nahi, I don't remember anywhere where I've openly just said something. नहीं होगा. हाँ, कोई आदमी हो तो मैं बोल दूंगा उसको. औरतों को मैं नहीं बोल सकता. मुझे एक privacy चाहिए. तो वो भी it's dangerous because ये privacy क्यों चाहिए? कुछ तारीफ ही करनी है तो सबके सामने करो. मैं कर नहीं सकता. मुझे वो privacy चाहिए. when I'll keep noticing वो वहाँ पर है, तो मैं आऊँगा, तो मैं बैठूँगा, तो भी बड़ी शांत से मैं उसको बहुत ही प्यार से बोल के चला.
उसमें भी एक तरीका होना चाहिए.
हाँ, I feel
And craft होनी चाहिए.
And not rushing
No,
it.
I
Not
totally
rushing it.
agree.
Rushing it.
Yeah.
Like
That's
craft.
उसमें
You
भी
need
craft
craft.
होना, of course.
Yeah,
उसमें
of
भी method to madness तो होना चाहिए
Method to
ना.
madness.
yes.
कैसे
Yeah.
नहीं होगा?
Absolutely.
And the thing is, you can sense and feel the responses. That's the beautiful
Of
thing.
course.
Oh yes.
Because they might like it,
Yeah.
they might even blush,
Yeah.
they might even look at you
Yeah.
twice and say, "I like it a
Yeah.
lot what you said,"
True.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you are a solo audience
Yeah.
watching that
Yeah.
entire performance, and you say,
Yeah.
"मजा आ गया." अच्छा मैंने ये बोला. And although I would have loved to say this towards the end, but since it's coming to me a lot, I'd like to say this immediately to you, as it's coming to me, that the kind of questions that you framed are so well thought of, so brilliantly created. I've truly enjoyed this conversation with the two of you. Really enjoyed this. Very beautifully created, very sensitively created questions, and you've dealt with it very sensitively. The way you've allowed me to express and yet taken me out from what I was saying to another part, to the other part, to the other part. It's very well choreographed by the two of you and very well scripted.
It's
really
you.
well done.
It's you. We did.
I really
I'm
enjoyed
telling
it.
you, it's you. वही तो मैंने कहा जब आप नहीं
नहीं।
होते हैं तब भी आप होते हैं.
नहीं, but
ये
ये
वो था.
सच में ये बहुत बढ़िया लगा मुझे इसको करके. I'm truly feeling, I feel when I go back, when I sit in my car and go back, I'm going to relish this and tell myself, I'm so happy I came here and I did this.
I'm so happy that आपने हाँ कहा. हम तो उस रात से आज तक
honored.
सोए नहीं हैं. आज रात सोएंगे. आज जब से आपने हाँ कहा है. I couldn't, I had to feel myself really.
But I wish podcasts are done like this, although I'm with due respect to everybody, but this is the way you should do this, because a lot of things come out of these kinds of questionnaires. And I wish we had two ladies always sitting like this.
What does love mean to you?
Ayla.
I like that.
रे किधर इधर होता ना हाँ इसको दबा
मेरा हर जगह बज रहा है.
ये धक धक कर रहा है कुछ भी गलत बोल दिया
यहाँ पे कुछ गलत सही नहीं है आपको जो whatever you want to express.
I think it's a very exciting feeling for me.
Yeah.
To the first thing that comes to me, to be in love. It's a very beautiful feeling. And you can be in love even quietly.
Yeah.
You don't, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
You don't need to say that to the other person. At times, I just feel that, there was a moment that I knew that I was completely in love with someone, but I couldn't go and say it. I didn't want to go and say it. It was just a one-way love affair, and I kept it with me for so many years. It was there. And I felt wonderful about it. Whenever I would see that person, either on screen or wherever outside or on the Insta, and I would say that, this is. So again, it's not necessary that that's the only love of your life. That's one of the people you truly love so much. And I think that's beautiful. Because there's family, there's everything. And you don't disrespect somebody else. As you keep growing as a human being, you're bound to meet people. You're bound to fall in love. As you keep growing, and at every stage it's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's something that you should shy away from, saying that, no, I have a family and I have this. No, it's a beautiful, you're not harming anybody, you're not destroying your family because of that. But you truly are in love. What the hell can you do? And that's the thing that you cherish. You keep it with you in your heart. And that's one of the places in your entire body that person remains with you. And that stays for a long time, till I think then slowly after many years also that slowly fades away due to whatever reason. Suddenly you feel, the moment you start seeing things or knowing the person even more, and then for whatever reason it starts to fade away, or sometimes it just stays. There are people who are much elderly. There's an actress in Hollywood who I've been in love with for...
नाम लीजिए ना सर. लीजिए ना, क्या है इसमें?
ले लो.
अरे हम थोड़ा उनको बताने वाले हैं फोन. अच्छा
Meryl Streep.
Come on.
Oh my God.
I introduced you, like, take your broken heart and make it into art. I used her lines. I mean, they belong to Carrie
yes.
Fisher, but I kind of injected those.
I was like madly in love with her right from college days. And the moment I saw Kramer versus Kramer, and then I went insanely in love with all her photographs and everything.
Wow.
Everything was with me, and I would pluck out pictures and keep them. And that's the time I fell in love as well with the real love of my life at that time. And then all this, but I told myself, no, what do I do now? This is not fair. And I was in college, so I said, this is cheating, isn't it? This is not correct. But at that time I didn't understand, so I just kept it aside. But Meryl Streep always just lived with me,
She's a beautiful
and even till date. Abhi, when she comes on the Oscar, this thing.
You wait for her. Like, what is she going to say?
I see, and the camera's on her, and I say, oh my God, she's just insanely.
Yeah,
Just something, and the kind of person she's. Her vulnerability, the way she's funny to another level altogether. She's wise, very wise,
intelligent.
She's instinctive to an insane level, and that's what attracts me towards her. She's fiercely mad, and she's fiercely individual, and she's fiercely, and she's beautiful.
She's brilliant.
Beautiful.
What a beauty!
What a beauty! What a human being too.
And what a human being! And she stands by what she says. She has no fear. So that's another level of
different attraction.
So that's what was.
Wow.
So we're going to quickly get into our what we call it speed Q&A. Let's begin. Pick one. No overthinking, just heart. Discipline or madness?
Both.
Okay. Stage lights or camera lens?
Both.
Whoa.
Rehearsal room or first take?
Rehearsal room.
Teaching or learning?
Both.
Silence or applause?
Silence.
Script or improvisation?
Script.
Stoicism or surrender?
Both.
Loneliness or crowd?
80% loneliness, 20% crowd.
I like
Pareto
that.
principle.
The role you play or the role that plays you?
50-50. The role that I play, and 50% the role that plays me.
The human flaw you find most fascinating?
Anger.
Ooh.
I find it very fascinating. I feel it's so full of potential. And look at the way we are just, that's what fascinates me about it.
The hardest truth you've accepted about yourself.
That I will take time to arrive.
The scene that you performed that costed you the most emotionally.
Talvar. The entire film, I think.
Yeah.
Physically, Ship of Theseus, emotionally, Talvar.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, physically.
Hollywood director you'd love to be directed by.
I got that. It's coming.
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you saying? No, don't tell me. Godfather 6? Yes. All right. Oh,
Wow. One acting rule you never break.
go deeper into honesty.
A director's note you'll never forget.
First one is break everything that you've known till today. Just break it, drop it here. Okay? And then only we start the scene.
Whew.
Okay, that's one. Second one was a beautiful one. Second one was when you come in on set, that he told me this on the last day of the shoot. When you come in on set, you bring with you an energy, a craft, a sense of being, a human being that we would like to look up to every single day of the shoot. Please be this way all your life.
Wow.
That
I don't doubt that a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it has been an incredible
honor.
time with you. We're so honored, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. You said yes to Love Lingo podcast, and we are so grateful.
I would say likewise, and thank you for giving me the space to speak so much about myself and my journey. I'm very shy about this. That's why most podcasts we say no to, because I don't find it appropriate to speak so much about one's own self ever. But here you've framed it so beautifully. Every moment of it has come so wonderfully well for me to be able to get the space to speak about it correctly and not speak about it with regret or saying, oh my God, why did I say this? That hasn't come at all throughout this session today. And I thank you for that.
Thank you.
We can make out that it's you've really studied everything before you've done this and given me that, for lack of a better word, the respect of being in this space. You really created that. And I feel very, very wonderful about it.
Thank you.
I can't even say it's a pleasure being here. That's such a small word. I don't know what to say, really.
We're fans.
But I will take back this with me, definitely. Like I said, podcasts after this, I shouldn't be saying this. I'll be looking out for the two of you inside somewhere. People that who will be interviewing, I'll say, I wish it was all that. But
but जब हमारी नजर आपको ढूंढेगी तो क्या करें?
आप मुझे फोन कर दीजिए.
है ना, ये तुम घर लेके जा रही
ये
हो.
I know, चलिए वो मेरे घर जा रहा है, ठीक है.
तो मैं
आप इमेजिनरी कॉल उठाएंगे?
इमेजिनरी कॉल.
हाँ उठा लेंगे ना. मेरा जब आपको पता चलेगा ना
ये-
मेरा फोन आ रहा है आपके लिए.
हाँ तो वो भी हो सकता है. And I'm bad with talking over the phone. I'm
Me
bad
too.
with receiving phone calls, but I'm good at reading a WhatsApp message,
Got
and I'm good at answering that message.
Super.
I might take time, but I'll definitely answer
Done.
back. That's
Done,
there.
sir. Done.
Hannah?
Thank
So
you.
yeah. Yes, I don't say this normally on podcast, but please stay in touch.
अरे?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We were in touch
Look
before you
forward-
came, walked through the door.
Yeah.
We have been in touch. I have been in touch with you for 13 years. 2012 से.
Yeah.
मैंने भेजे आपको
Yeah.
कई signals.
But इसमें एक होता है कि because if we have that space where we can take the liberty of messaging and waiting for them to come,
Yeah.
that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
Or,
absolutely.
I'm not under that pressure that अरे आ गया तो भी
हाँ
भेजना
बिल्कुल.
पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
And I don't
So
believe in
kind of
that.
thing, and that's a beautiful thing.
And we had an episode on that. I said I've fallen out of that loop. हमने किसी को मैसेज दिया, उनने जवाब, वो जिंदगी में कौन किस उसमें है, कैसे क्या पता. So it's, but thank you, sir.
But I wish both of you the best of everything, literally, and the work that you people are doing. It's
Thank
really,
you.
really,
Thank
really
you.
wonderful.
We are slow burn too.
so
हम भी
much.
वक्त ले रहे हैं. लोग
Yeah.
हमसे भी समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं.
हमारा भी कुछ ऐसा ही
ऐसा ही
चल रहा
आप ही की तरह. इसलिए तो आप हमारे.
Wow. This has been a very wholesome experience. I have to say
Holistic.
that. Holistic, wholesome.
और एक ख्वाब आज एक और बॉम्बे में पूरा हो
And
गया
thank
हमारा.
you for validating us.
And keep your blessings on. Like I said, like you said, that you never know, one day you'll be doing a role that's going to create that impact in people. Yes.
Yeah.
Just keep praying for that.
Yes.
That's-
Yeah.
that's
I
That
know
is
it.
going to
आप देखें ना.
Well, it's
Thank
on
you.
its way.
It's on its way. Maybe it's already in the ether. It just has to. It's already done. You just have to do it. Is what I
Alchemize
feel.
it. Thank you for watching yet another episode of Love Lingo podcast. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, and on YouTube, and on Instagram.
And make love.
Pop again.
Thank you.
Pop again. Yes, I will. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah.